Hello everyone, Cambear Run here, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Now, I kind of got to about 8 AM this morning and realized I didn't have a video for today. So, I noticed I had a couple of copies of Tergrid, the God of Fright, so I thought why not do a mono black sacrifice deck. So this is slightly pulled out of my proverbial backside, but I felt like doing a mono black sacrifice deck I would feel would stand up in at least to quite a few decks and cause a lot of problems for my opponent. So it may not be quite kind of optimal, because like I only have 2 copies of Soul Shatter, but I feel like it does do a job. It's got 4 copies of Archfiend's Vessel, so we got a 1/1 that I don't mind sacrificing and I can bring back to make a powerful 5/5 demon. 4 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst and 4 copies of Village Rites for sacrifice and removal purposes. 3 copies of Skyclave Shade. I did want something I could freely sacrifice and then bring back through the use of Landfall. 4 copies of Wither Crown. So I can enchant creature, it has base power 0, and has at the beginning of your upkeep, lose 1 life unless you sacrifice this creature. So I can either force my opponent to sacrifice, or they can lose 1 life every time. It'd be quite fun to do that and play a Ruin Crab, where they either keep it and lose 1 life for the benefit of the metal, or they sacrifice it. So we got 3 copies of Call of the Death Dweller to bring back cards in the graveyard, like Archfiend's Vessel, or like, say, Demon's Disciple to make them sacrifice another one. So we got Human Clay. When Demon's Disciple, when it enters the battlefield, you play sacrifice creature or planeswalker. 4 copies of Elspeth's Nightmare. So I can destroy target creature opponent controls with power 2 or less. Then I can make them reveal their hand, and I discard a non-creature, non-land card. And then I exile my opponent's graveyard. 2 copies of Soul Shatter, so each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker that has the highest converted mana cost among creatures. 2 copies of Rankle, so I can make my opponent discard a card, lose 1 life and draw a card, or each player sacrifices a creature. And then to round it off, we got 3 copies of Tergrid, the God of Fright, or Tergrid's Lantern. So this creature as a god, it has Menace. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may pat that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So we make my opponent sacrifice their high-powered creatures, or their really important enchantments or sagas. I can then use those creatures, those cards as my own. Or we can play Tergrid's Lantern. So target player loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card on tapping. And then I can pay 4 mana to untap Tergrid's Lantern. So we can repeatedly force discards and or sacrifices. So what we can do is we can burn my opponent's field and hand, and then eventually start costing them 3 life. So I think it will be quite... I'm going to test it out now, test it in the play queue. You might see these games done in the play queue. I will try and see whether I can go in ranked with this. I'm just not sure because I kind of cobbled this deck together this morning, and I've not really had the time to test it yet. So I'm going to do some tests, I'm going to see how the deck plays, and then you'll just see whether I chose to go into play queue or into ranked. So we'll just skip to the games. So yeah, we're going to stick to play queue for now. This deck has just been beset by so many hand problems and just issues with draws and shit. So we'll stick to play queue for now. Get it turned around. It does have some problems, but we'll discuss that in the outro. So yeah, we'll just run with this. It's got Tergrid in hand, so it's an immediate keep. Playing the Archfiend's Vessel and Skyclave Shade. It's got Call of the Death Dweller, which is helpful. So I do need a 3rd land, and then we need to try and keep at least getting some land at some point so I can drop either Tergrid or the Lantern. I ain't love with that. I could play Call of the... Yeah, I'll play Elspeth's Nightmare here. If I don't get a land now, it's going to be really awkward with poor old Skyclave Shade. Oh, he's also running Tergrid. Tergrid. He's basically doing the same thing as we're doing. Just he's got the Rakdos variant. Oh yeah. Eradicated Valkyrie was another thing I thought about, but I didn't have any copies. Oh. Super controversial here, but we're going to try and run through other win through other means. There we go. One. Oh, it's like up to 2, isn't it? Up to 2 creatures worth 3. Yeah, but they scooped, because I'm about to get like 2 5/5s, and I've got Rankle. So I've kind of taken the lead in the race. We basically faced a sort of a half mirror match, and came out on top. So we'll move on to the next game. It's a risky keep, but I'm actually going to keep it. Because I can just Wither Crown the first couple of things he plays, and then we'll roll from there. So... yeah, that's fine. Be pointless actually trying to get him to keep it. We do need a 4th land, though. Okay, that's fine. So we will play out Tergrid here. If we can get him to play something huge, and we'll just play Soul Shatter. We'll just play Demon's Disciple. Yeah, we'll call Death while I get back Demon's Disciple. I see, now this is... yeah, because they're basically playing the one deck I hate more than anything. They're playing fucking mono black bullshit. Basically. Yeah, they're playing mono black enchantment sacrifice. And they're going to keep playing the same fucking Skyclave Shade. What a surprise, they're playing the same fucking thing that we are. Controversial decision. Basically, the difference is they get to go first, so they can play more stuff. And then we sacrifice the goats. Punish them for their insolence. Get rid of the goats. Another cooler Death Dweller off the top would be great, actually. See, this is... And then I got Tergrid on the field, and then I just end up getting it cost immediately because they run a ton of shit. So, yeah, they can basically keep tapping Tergrid's Lantern. It's basically the same thing as I have, but... Yeah, effectively, I'm basically dead. Because I have to sacrifice my entire board. That's really frustrating, actually. Basically, the problem was I tried to go with Tergrid to make him sacrifice the next strong thing he played. But he just basically had all of his enchantment cards in hand. Then he just drops Tergrid's Lantern, and I've run out of plays because I just drew land and a bunch of small creatures. So, this is the kind of issues that I've been having with the deck. It's just that it won't draw the things I need when them need them. It will either draw them miles before, or it will draw them miles after. I think maybe I could have played Tergrid's Lantern myself and put him in the same position, but I don't know. Anyway, we should move on to the next game. This hand is a keep because it has Tergrid in. So, I'm going to have to keep this one. If I try and keep myself alive, then so be it. Ah, and we got the fourth land as well. Drop the World Tree first, Jesus Christ. They take the damage. I'm going to select it myself with Tergrid's Lantern. Ooh, they straight murdered me. Murder, murder. I've got literally nothing better to do than to kick Skyclave Shade. Force another card out of the hand anyway. You know, they keep choosing to... Yeah. Okay, so we got him under a little bit of pressure. Then I think they were just waiting for a land. Yep, and they scoop. Because I think they just were waiting for the land that they couldn't get, and by that point I can either make them discard or just take them out. I've got Soul Shatter if they play anything huge. I got Wither Crown, I got Bloodchief's Thirst, so I can deal with them. I can keep this hand. It's pretty low. I just get a 3 mana and then just play something else, Blessed Nightmare or Demon's Disciple. So we'll play out Ultramarine Vessel first. Okay. Not like it yet. Sometimes I click this. No, this bed doesn't really do anything if you click it. So, might be Golgari Mutate here. I've sacrificed Demon's Disciple. There we go. So we got Skyclave Shade and Rankle on the battlefield. I don't know if I played out the Boot Nipper there, but whatever. Yeah, they're done. They can't really put up any more of a fight. I've managed to basically rip their entire hand and completely cost them. So we should move on to the next game. Yeah, this hand is fine. It's got 2 Soul Shatter. I'll probably see if I can use Elspeth's Nightmare first, and then I can... See, I still need Tergrid. Shame that I haven't actually been able to show off Tergrid in this this video. I was able to show off the Lantern, but not Tergrid. There we go. Okay. That's best Nightmare, that. Oh. Wave. I like to make the bear wave. Okay, that's interesting. The hand is all creatures. Yeah, I think they just got stuck with nothing that they could play. So I looked at the hand and was like, it was all high-cost creatures. They kept a very risky hand and hoped to draw more mana. But they didn't draw any mana. I mean, I think I stopped at about 4 mana anyway, and I didn't draw any creatures, so I couldn't really play anything. So, as it was, I think I was kind of in control before I even drew a card. So anyway, we'll just move on to the next game. I have Tergrid in hand, so that's an instant keep. There we go. Okay. So I don't need a land to play Tergrid. So I maybe should have put Malekith Rebirth in the deck. Eesh. This might be a colorless deck. There we go. Let's get the lamp on them. Put them under a little bit of pressure. So we can actually pay to untap here. And then tap again. Okay. Gonna foretell another card. Yeah. I can put them under a little bit of caution, to be honest. Because I can just keep tapping the lantern if nothing else. Oh, they actually sacrificed their Shadow Spear. I guess they don't need it anymore. So, Skull Raid. Damn. Damn. Yeah, you actually use Cling to Dust as well. So I'm assuming, yeah, he's going to sacrifice here and deal with it. Have multiple cling to dusts. So yeah, he's basically running the same as I am. Gains life. Okay. That was great. This game is weird, to be fair. He's pretty much playing the exact same kind of deck as I am, just maybe slightly more attuned. Ooh! Oof. This is a really, really, really good card. Just gonna throw it out there. That's a fantastic final game, I'll tell you that for nothing. So, funnily enough, in the second game in this video, I got busted out by Tergrid's Lantern, and then for this game, I've absolutely managed to conquer somebody using Tergrid's Lantern. So, I keep saying Tergrid, I forget there's an R in it. So yeah, that was fun. We'll just go straight on to the outro. So, I struggled first trying to test out this deck, but when it came to actually recording the footage, I think that actually went really, really well. I think I would change a few things. I think you probably drop Archfiend's Vessel, put in something like Maze My Tome, and then maybe drop something like Wither Crown, put in some different kind of creatures like RA First and Lockthwain. Because I think the way to do this is either to build something like a creature-heavy variant, or to build someone like one that just contains a lot of removal, and then just builds your time to put Tergrid, God of Fright. I think building one that's somewhere in between kind of does make the deck suffer. But I'm not going to risk this in rank just yet. But I would certainly try and mess around with it more in play queue. I might change it around. As I said, eventually I ended up getting one more copy of Soul Shatter. I will post a full deck list in the comments for this one. And if anybody wants to change it up, I think it would be quite fun. I'd like to see some other variants as well. So don't hesitate to show me them. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. And if you want to see more, you can always subscribe. Do follow me on Twitch. I will definitely be streaming tomorrow night. And I'll try and stream Saturday night as well. Because I want to try and get back in a habit of streaming. And do follow me on Twitter as well. And do tweet me the pictures of your edited Mono Black Sacrifice decks. Because in all fair honesty, I did kind of pull this out of my butt at 8 in the morning. Because I realised I didn't have a video idea. But let me see the way that you did it. I'm quite curious, actually. But anyway, I've been Canberra Run, and thank you for watching.